Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Barbara's Stamp Pad. This is going to be 12 by 12 layout number 39, you guys, 39. So I want to welcome you. Hope you're having a good morning wherever you are, especially if you are in some cooler weather. Yes, it's very hot here in Texas. So let me just make sure I am pre-recording this video, and the little banner is going across the bottom, so you'll want to make sure that you go and visit the event details for current promo links. So we're going to go ahead and get started, okay? Just a reminder, this is pre-recorded. I am not live, and so but feel free to continue to ask questions in the chat. I am streaming to both Facebook and to YouTube, and so and I will check the comments after the live. So we are going to be using the Rings of Love Designer Series paper. Now, if you joined me this past Sunday on my Sunday Live, I did some make and take cards using this Designer Series paper. I'm not going to show the paper now. If you want to go check out the awesome paper, go back and look at Sunday's video. But I decided to choose this piece of Designer Series paper for layout number 39. It's gorgeous, you guys. You've got some mint macaron happening here. You've got Night of Navy. It looks a lot lighter than Night of Navy, but Night of Navy coordinates really, really pretty with this, and I'm going to show you. So if you want to see the flip side of it, the flip side of this piece of Designer Series paper is even more gorgeous. I'm just loving the colors with this particular Designer Series paper. But I did try to cut out one of these, what do they call them, like medallions, but I just, it just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. There's no dies that go with this, and so I fussy cut it and it looked okay, but it wasn't what I wanted it to be, and so I just decided to use this entire piece of Designer Series paper as the background. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put the first mat up, and we are going to be matting this piece of mint macaron on top of this piece of Night of Navy. And on this piece right here, I wanted to give it just a little bit of decoration just on this larger mat. So I decided to break out the Very Best Trio Punch. You've got 3 different options on this, depending on what side you put your paper in. You can do the corner edge. You've got this really pretty scalloped kind of edge, and then you've got this slit. So if you wanted to make a little slit in paper to tie some ribbon through it, you can get away with using this one. So I'm using this little kind of scalloped corner edge, and I'm just going to stick my cardstock in there so I can try to get it along those grooves. You want to make sure it's within the grooves. And then you have that really pretty scalloped edge. So let me just do all 4 corners. I wanted to go ahead and do all 4 corners while I'm recording this. I'm just turning. You want to make sure that those are lined up on both of the guides on both sides so that you get a good even. And then you have these little pieces right here. So we're just going to put those off to the side. And we are going to mat this piece here. I am going to be putting this one up on dimensionals. So let's put some dimensionals on all 4 corners. And I think because it's such a large mat, I'm going to go ahead and put one in the middle. Ooh, somebody just went by really fast. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. All right, and then we're going to put this one over here. Okay, I'm going to try to put it in the middle, kind of off to the right, because I have a couple of smaller mats that I'm going to put over on this other side. Okay, so let's mat these. I'm not going to do the scalloped on these smaller ones. Try to get that centered there. And then these are going to go directly. I'm going to put that right there kind of loosely because I might have to move it. Okay, so we got a couple of smaller pictures here. Okay, yeah, I wanted to make sure. I don't want it to be down like that. I want it to be a little bit up and kind of fill in this little area right here. And then this bottom one, we're going to kind of put down here. We're going to line that up to where it's about the same. Because I have these little labels came from the Waves dies, and I have 3 of them that I'm going to use, and then I'm also using this metallic edge cotton ribbon. And for those of you that might not have seen this ribbon yet, it's very pretty. It ties really beautifully, and each of the edges have this silver metallic to it. And because it's cotton, you can use our blends to color this. So if you wanted to get another color, go for it. Now what I'm going to be doing with the ribbon is I'm going to be fishing it through one of these sides, and then let me see if I can get it. I'm going to make a bow. Try to get that in there without ripping my little die cut there on the edge. And then let me adjust, let me pull those tails in a little bit. And I'll put a ribbon on the edge. There we go. I want to make sure it's tight so it doesn't come off. And we're going to get our paper snips. And trim those little edges just a little bit. This one's kind of long. Now, this one is going to go right underneath this particular photo, so you have an opportunity to write something on there. And I am going to put this up with dimensionals just because this ribbon is keeping it from laying flat. But if you have an opportunity to write just a little something or somebody's name, you can certainly do that. It's going to go right underneath. And I'm only doing it on one side, and you're going to see why. 2 sides is like too much. Now the one for down here, I've already done. I think I might trim. My bow is a little bit better because, you know, I did that bow offline. Let me trim this one up a little bit. There we go. And let's put a couple of dimensionals on the back of that. Okay, and then this one's going to go down here. Okay, I wanted these bows over here because there's something that I'm about to put right here, so it kind of helps balance this entire layout a little bit. Now, I did break out the Forever Flourishing dies. These dies, because there's so many different kinds, I don't have the full set right here in front of me, but I specifically chose these 2 couple of designs of dies. You can use these almost in anything, you guys. So we are going to put, I'm going to put these down with some glue dots. And let me get one bottom there to get this one going. We're going to put it kind of right there. where it kind of overhangs a little bit. And let me grab my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to put a glue dot back up here just to help hold that piece down. And then I'm going to overlap it with, I'm going to do the big one. I'm going to go ahead and do the big one. I don't remember which one I had originally before I pulled this all apart, but I'm going to go for the big one. And let me get it going that way. Let me grab another glue dot so I can make this one kind of tack down there. And then I'm going to alternate with the other ones, the other different die cuts. So let's get a glue dot on the back. And I'm going to go this way. And then let me grab a glue dot and kind of pop it under there. That way it attaches to that other die. And then the last one. And we're going to alternate it kind of, but right on top. So we got a little bouquet of some floral greenery going on here. And I'm going to put a glue dot back there. And I think that'll stay down. I think that'll be fine. Now, what I did do is with a scrap, this is a great way to use up like your pieces that even get cut off. So if you decide that you want to manually cut out one of these medallions, I will tell you it does kind of look a little funky if you do all the way around the edge. Just because of the way these, the edges are. So what I did is I still decided to take one that was on the edge and I cut it down a little bit. Okay, so I cut it down around some edges that would actually look okay if it was cut out. And what I'm going to do, because you're not going to be able to see this straight edge, let me get, I'm going to use a dimensional in the back. I'm just going to use one. I'm going to put it kind of right there, okay? And the reason why is I decided I wanted to go ahead and use a little bit of this too. This is a silver threaded twine that's in our mini catalog. It looks like a burlap, but I'm going to bring that up a little bit. It looks like a burlap twine, but it has little specks of silver in it. Very pretty. I decided to use that and some of the cotton silver edge twine, and I just made a few little kind of half ribbons there, these little kind of the cause shape, and we're going to put that kind of over that piece right there to cover up that line. So let me get some glue dots on the back. I'm going to use several glue dots. And we're going to put that right there on top. And that helps to cover up that harsh straight line. Okay. And then I do have another one of these little dies. Totally optional, but I wanted to go ahead and put another one right there. If you're recreating this, you do not have to do this one if you don't want to. This is just a suggestion. And let's put that right there. That way, if you want to put something about that photo, like a date or somebody's name, there's plenty of space to put that there. Or if you wanted to stamp something, best friends or family or something, another stamp, you've got that opportunity to stamp that right there. Now, we're almost done. I seem to have some pastel pearls. I've got a couple of loose packages like this. And, don't forget, we have lots of accessories in our annual catalog. Let's use those up. I'm going to use up these white ones. Okay? So let me grab those. And the only place I'm going to use them is I'm going to use them right here on these little edges, just as a little extra decoration to this little piece. If you want, we also have small basic jewels that you can use if you want to use smaller ones, because I know I tend to always go for like the bigger accessories, but definitely if you have some small basic jewels or pearl jewels or whatever, use them. Definitely use them. And if you wanted to sprinkle, a couple in the centers of, these other medallions that are along the rest, you can, let's just go ahead and do it. Let's just do it. Let me grab that one. Let's put one there. That way y'all can see. Let's just use these up. Let's put one over here. Let's put one, let's just go ahead and use these up. We're going to put one on each one of them. If I can get this to go down right. That one had a mind of its own. And then my take your pick tool thing wants to come out. All right, let's try this. We're going to put one. I know this is probably overkill with these pearls, but it really does make it so much more prettier. You've got this little, I'm going to go ahead and put one right. That one's kind of off. No, I don't think I'll put one there. Just because I put them on those other ones. So anyway, well, see if I can bring this down just a little bit more and zoom in. Now, the VIP group, you'll be able to go to your private link in order to get measurements and all the supplies. Now, in this link, you'll also see the supply list link. So if you would like to recreate this, I will tell you this designer series paper is actually free with a $50 purchase because it's Sale-a-Bration paper. And so if you have an order that you would like to place and it's at least $50 or more, when you go to checkout on my online store, you'll have the option to add in that particular item number for this designer series paper. Now, this is just page 1. If you would like to see what page 2 is going to look like, you'll want to join me back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time so that you can see me put together page 2, so that you'll have the entire layout kind of side by side. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I love that designer series paper. It's a very simple layout with just a few accessories that I was able to add just to give it a little extra flair. And so thank you all for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we will see y'all Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. Goodbye, y'all.